What's up, guys? It's Nay, and I'm back with another story time. Ouch. Oh, I hope it didn't open back up. I had to get stitches on my back. And then she was like, this is too small to stitch, so she put this over it so that it'll help it close. And as you can see, where he hit me, I have a fucking knot on the side of my face. And then on top of that, he ended up stabbing me in my leg and on my arm. They have, is this bleeding? They have put band-aids on the stitches. I wanted to get pictures of them, but then it was like, why you taking pictures? Because I just get into that. And then I have one on my back right there. And then I have the pictures of what they look like. Everyone was like, it's not that deep though. They were pretty deep. And there was like, when they was talking, okay, I'll just get to that part in a minute. So it was a regular Saturday night, chilling in my room on the phone with one of my close friends. And I get a call from another close friend, and I'm like, that's weird, because she don't normally call me. So immediately when she called me, I knew something was up. So I told my friend, hold up, hang up on her right quick, go and text the other girl. And I'm like, what's up? Well, I didn't even hang up on her. She was still on the phone with me. And I was like, so what's up? And she was like, oh, we about to go fight. You know who? I said, oh, pull up. She was like, oh, okay. She was like, you got sweatpants? I said, yeah. So I give her the sweatpants, go grab my pepper spray, grab everything that I need, get in the car. Get in the car. What happens after that? And they say pull up to the parking garage. Y'all, I'm so tired right now. Like exhausted. I don't even know why. Oh, I was crying a lot yesterday, and I'll tell y'all about that too. But so yeah, woke up, and ignore that woke up part. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. I have to pee so bad. I need to drink some water. But boom, get to the parking garage. They not there. Meanwhile, on the way to the parking garage, they hanging up, calling us pussy, calling one of my friends gay and fat, and just all this stupid ass shit that really don't mean shit. So, mind you, this is my first fight ever. I've never gotten into a fight in my entire life. I've never fought anybody. I've never had the chance, and never just really was never that type of person. But when I had heard what he had said, it kind of just triggered in me. I was like, oh, hell no. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? So, then, what happened? So then my friend was like, you know what? Let's just pull up at his house. Pulls up at his house. No one's there. He sending Snapchat photos of him with a gun. And then at that point, I was like, if he bring that fucking gun out here, I hope he know he ain't going to jail. So we just waited and we 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 waited. And like, he just finally pulls up with another person and with three or two other people. And he gets out his car and he's like, what the fuck y'all doing? Duh. And at that point, we didn't even want to fight no more. I was like, and they was in the front seat. Was like, look, we just want to talk, get this over with, squash it, and never talk to your ass again. This man goes to his car, and at that time, I didn't know he had a knife. He goes to his car and pulls out a knife. And my friend in the front seat, she saw that, and she got out the car, and then Luke got out the car to go talk to them. And then like I rolled the window down just to see what was still happening. I wish I would have got all this on video, but at the same time, I was on the phone with my friend. And it's just a bunch of shit. So I rolled the window down. I rolled the window down. And what happened after I rolled the window down? He looked at me and my friend and said, I hope you know I fight bitches too. That shit, I don't know what he triggered in me, But when he said that shit, I've never gotten out the car so motherfucking fast. I swung that door open, slammed that motherfucking door. I said, oh, you fight bitches? You fight bitches? Okay, that's fine. He was like, you want to fight? I said, yeah, let's go. Threw my phone down. My friend was like, FaceTime me. I FaceTime her. I don't even think FaceTime went through. Like, I threw my phone down, threw everything down. Was like, okay, what's up? And before she could say he got a knife, we just started going at it. Everything happened so fast. And the thing is, I didn't even feel him stabbing me. That was the dangerous part. Because he could have stabbed me in a major artery and I would have been dead. Thank God I had my crystals on me. So then, at that point, like, I don't even think I got good hits on him. Like, the most I got was 2 good hits. This nigga got 4 good hits on me with a motherfucking knife. And then on top of that, I'm a female, and you really felt the need to pull a knife out on me? Like, I have nothing but my hands to defend me, and you pulling out a fucking knife on me. So at that point, I didn't even know he pulled a knife out on me. And my other friend, he's like pushing, like he's like holding me back and telling me to get in the car. Get in the car. And I'm on the phone with my other friend. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I'm so fucking pissed off right now. Like, I'm so mad. And then, like, I go to look out the window. And that's when I had heard my friend say, oh, why the fuck would you pull a knife out? Why would you do this? Why would you stab her? And before she had said all of that, I was touching my face. And I was like, oh my God. And I looked down and I flashed the light. I'm bleeding. And I mean, it's not like no regular. I am pouring blood at this point. I just look out the window and I was like, you fucking bitch, you really motherfucking stabbed me? Are you motherfucking see? I said, y'all, I'm bleeding. We gotta go. And so at that point, he was like, I'm gonna call the cops. And they had ran back and it was like, let's just go. We pull off, we leave. And then, like, I had on a hoodie, I had on this shirt and a hoodie and sweatpants and some clunky ass sandals. And when we were sitting in the back seat, like, I just felt like something leaking, like, in my back. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? So we get back to my friend's house and they was like, okay, well, let's see the cuts. Let's see them. I put my shirt up and they're like, yeah. And we went to the bathroom. They was like, oh my God, we gotta take you to the hospital. I said, huh? So then I started to get a little worried because I was like, I'm scared. Like, I've never had to, like, what the fuck am I gonna say? And so he ended up calling his sister and she just told him what to do. And they patched me up real nice. And she was like, but she does need to go to the hospital because we don't know where that knife's been. We don't know if she got her tetanus or not. And I don't even remember the last time I got my tetanus shot. And I started crying. Because at that point I was like, damn, like, this nigga fucked me up. And now I have to deal with all of this shit afterwards. So while they patching me up, he gonna call back, talk about some, is she okay? And it was like, no, she gotta get stitches. Boom, hangs up. Why would you call back? Why are you worried that I'm okay or not? You stabbed me 4 times and did not give a fuck. So after that, what happened? And he didn't have no pocket knife. Apparently this nigga had like an actual knife, like a big ass knife. I don't know how the fuck my ass didn't see that, but mind you, I wear glasses and it was nighttime. So I didn't have them on and it was very dark in that area. So after Luke, well, he gonna see this. After he patched me up, what had happened after he had patched me up? They had just got videos, everything, just so I could see it, and so, like, other people could know, and it was just letting everybody know, like, it wasn't them letting everybody know. People were sliding up, like, asking, like, what the fuck was going on? Like, what happened? And when they found out that his ass had stabbed a girl, it was over with for him. It was over with. No one likes him. No one wants shit to do with him. If anything, no one wants nothing to do with him. So at that point, I got my friends calling me, texting me, are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm okay. Like, I'm just, like, I can't believe this happened to me. And so then we went to go sit outside, try to cool off or whatever. And I was like, I'm probably just going to call him and tell him, like, hey, I don't even care about what happened tonight. Let's just squash it. Never even talk again. Go our separate ways and leave it at that. You stabbed me 4 times and now my ass got to get stitches. And that's not cool. So I go in the house to call him. Meanwhile, my best friend on the phone with my 2 other friends. And they talking. And I go in the house and I call my other close friend. And I'm telling her what happened. Then I decide to call the dude that stabbed me. And when I called him, it sounded like a police officer picked up his phone and was like, this is da-da-da-da. Who am I speaking to? And my heart literally stopped. And I clicked the end button so fast. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the actual fuck? This nigga called the cops on a girl he stabbed 4 times. Okay, so I go back outside, I tell everybody, and so I start freaking out. I'm pretty sure I went to a full-blown panic attack, and I'm trying to calm myself down, but it's just like, I keep thinking like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? Like, this man really called the police on me, like, what's gonna happen to me? Like, I'm black, he's white. Oh my God, like, I just start crying real hard. And then his dog starts going crazy because he's like, oh my God, she okay? Like, the dog's worried. If I'm okay, I'm sitting here trying to calm myself down. I can't. So they was like, it's okay, you're gonna be okay, nothing's gonna happen, you're fine, you're okay, you're fine, you're okay. So then, like, while all of this is going on, somebody hit a power line pole and Luke, damn, in his neighborhood, or on the street of his neighborhood, knocked out the whole power for the entire neighborhood and down in the street of where the power line pole was at. So it just gets pitch black while we sitting outside, and we was like, what the fuck? So go in the house and make sure like no one's playing pranks on us personally because of everything that we've been through. But we realized the whole neighborhood was out. So then I was like, just take me back to my dorm, because if the power's out here, it's probably out, because at the time we didn't know it was a power line pole on the street of his neighborhood. We thought everybody's power was out in Spartanburg. So what happened after that? So I grab my things, get ready to go. I'm still freaking out over the phone call, and we get in the car and we go, and we drive past, we get out of his neighborhood, and we drive past the dude that had hit the dang power line pole, and his car was destroyed. Like, it was, I don't even know how this man was able to get out the car. Like, the car was fucked up. So then he drives me back to my dorm, and I go upstairs and I'm just crying. Like, I'm so scared for not me, but just what the fuck is gonna happen. So I'm scared. I call my other friend, and she's like, well, there's really not nothing you can do, but don't worry about it. Like, he doesn't even know my actual name. So she was like, they can't do anything with that, and he stabbed you, so if anything, it's gonna look bad on him. And I was like, okay. So I was still worried at this point. So I ended up calling my best friend, my guy best friend. And he, I don't know how he did it, but he was able to calm me down. I ended up falling asleep. But then I felt something leaking on my back. You know, they done patched me up or whatever. So I go to look at it, and all my wounds are re-bleeding. The face, the arm, the back, and then I didn't even realize that I had a wound on my leg, and I wish I would have, but I didn't. So I just patched it up with a band-aid. I don't know what else I can do. Probably would have need stitches for that one too. Hopefully not, but you never fucking know. So then that's when I go on Snapchat and I check the group chat. They on the call. So I click the call and I'm like, hey y'all. They was like, hey, and I was like, all my wounds started bleeding again. So then my friend, he was like, okay, I'm coming to get you and find a 24-hour ER. So I was like, okay. So I look up an ER, he's on his way there, and they're talking in the group chat, and they're like, how the fuck, why would he do this to her? Like, she literally has not, like, done shit to him. Like there's no reason for him to pull a knife out. Like, why would he do that? Why would he think that's okay, especially on a female? Like, everything that's leading up to these events is it's literally this man's fault. So then, what happened? So then he comes to get me, and we go to the hospital, and he's like, you can't tell them that you got stabbed. You have to tell them something else. And I was like, okay, well, I do go on walks at night. I'm on my campus, so I could just say I fell in a ditch. And that's the story we went with. Got to the hospital, no one was there. So I was like, okay, so it shouldn't even be a long ass wait. Go in there, sign in. The lady was like, what do you need? I said, I just need stitches. And she was like, I said, I need stitches. And she was like, where? I said, on my arm, my back, and possibly my face. And she was like, okay. Made me sign some paperwork. Then we go sit. Boom. Dude calls us in the thing. We go in the thing, and I was very scared because everybody kept asking me questions. He was like, so what happened? I was like, oh, I fell in a ditch. I take walks at night to ease my mind, and I ended up falling in the ditch. And he was like, he had gave me the face like, bitch, I know you fucking lying, but go ahead. And he was like, these just look weird, you know, like they don't look like you fell in a ditch. And I was like, that's what I said, that's what I said. Because we didn't want to tell them what had originally happened, because we didn't know they was going to get the police involved. And technically we were on his yard and it was self-defense. But how I see it is he pulled it out on my friend. I got out the car to go to make sure that he didn't stab her, and he just said some shit that just fucked with my head. So I was like, first of all, you're not gonna stab her, and you're not about to talk crazy out your mouth. But anyway, so he kept asking me questions like, do you smoke, do you do this? I was scared to tell him I smoked, and I did. And he was like, I don't care, I just need this for your thing. So I told him everything he needed to know. And then he was like, go to this room. So he said, follow me. So we get up, we go follow him. And then I sit in this room, and these ladies come in. And they not no normal ladies. They them southern ladies that know when something is up and will poke and prod until you tell them. So he's sitting in there with me, and I'm sitting on the bed, and it was like, you got to change into these little gowns. So I changed into the gown. I mean, we just talking. Boom, they come in, and she's like, hey, so what happened? And I was like, I take nightly walks, and I ended up falling in a ditch. And I couldn't see what was in the ditch, and I got scraped up pretty bad. And she was like, oh, okay, well, let me take a look. She looking at all the cuts. She was like, no one hurt you, right? And I was like, She was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I just fell in a ditch. And she was like, because you know, if someone hurt you, you can tell me. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I wanted to tell her so bad, because she just gave off that nurturing and caring type of energy. And I just wanted to tell her, like, look, this is what happened. But I had to keep with the story. So then she was like, okay. She knew I was lying. And then all the other ladies that was in there knew I was lying. So she was like, okay, well, we're going to do this, this, and this. So then it was like, when she gets her stitches, you have to leave. And he was like, that's fine. Like, I know. And it was like, we'll bring you back in here when she's done. So when he leaves out the room, she comes back around again. She was like, you know, anything you tell me stays between us. I just want to make sure you're safe. And I was like, I'm safe. I'm okay. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm absolutely positive. Like, and she was like, okay, I just want to make sure you have a safe place to go back to. And I was like, I do. And I was just thinking in my head, it didn't happen where I stay at. So, she proceeds to do the stitches, and I didn't feel anything because she numbed it up so well that I could literally watch her do the stitch on my arm right here. And she did it so well to where I didn't even feel it. Like, literally, I could see her going in and out to tie it. Didn't hurt not once. And I was like, wow, I don't know what type of number cream that is, but I need that. I need that for tattoos. But I like the pain of tattoos. And dang, okay. So after she finishes up, she asks me again. She was like, are you okay? I said, yes, I'm fine. She was like, okay. And then she asked me again. She was like, is there anything you want to tell me? And I just look at my phone, look at her with the side eye. She looked at me, and that was a mutual agreement for, I know you're lying and you don't want to tell me, but that's okay. And me saying thank you, because if I could tell you, I would. So then she cleans me up or whatever, and she leaves the room. I didn't see her after that. And the other lady was in there, and she was like, you can go ahead and get dressed now. So I get dressed, and I'm asking her questions about the thing. They also gave me a tetanus shot. And then my friend, he comes back in the room, and we just talking. And then they finally bring the paperwork out, and we were able to go. And I got back to my dorm. And by that time, I was calmed down, because I was like, this looks bad on him. So, and I was like, I'm gonna be okay, I'm fine. And at that point, my intuition was telling me, like, girl, he didn't really call. This is the end of the video, and I have to hurry up because I'm running out of space. But basically, I was like, he didn't call the police, because if the police called my phone number, they would have called me back, kept calling until I picked up the phone. And on top of that, they would have left me a voicemail. None of that. And so then at that point, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna block his number. Blocked his number when I was at his house, and I was crying and shit. That's when I did it. But when I got back to my room, I was like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be all right. And at that point, I was so exhausted that I literally, when I got to my room, I tried to poop, but I couldn't. Got in my bed, passed out. Made sure I text my AC, let him know I had to get stitches, I had to do this, I had to do that. So I'm gonna need a couple of hours to just, you know. So I pretty much been asleep all day, but that is what happened. That was the second half of my night. Very weird, very strange. Was not expecting that at all, but yeah. Crazy, right? Like, he really pulled a knife out on me, moi, a female who didn't have nothing but pepper spray. And then at that point, I had threw everything down, so it was literally just me and my hands, and he still chose to fucking slice and dice me. Like, wow. I just want to know how he feel about that. Like, you really cut me. Someone who, like, yeah, we joked around a lot, we played around a lot, but I never had it in my intentions to physically hurt him like he hurt me. Like, anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and if y'all want more info, just hit me up. But I will definitely be writing an email to the college that he wants to attend and let them know everything that had happened. Let them know that he is a racist, he beats on women, and he's just a threat to society. Because you can't pull a knife out on a female and expect everything to be all fine and dandy, especially when she had to get stitches. That's an issue.